Whoa, what's going on, everybody? Did you guys hear that Greg, KJ6ER, is putting out a new antenna? Well, I have the opportunity to put one together and beta test it, and can't wait to show you guys what it's about. Okay, so I will show you what I've spent approximately the last hour out here doing, making the different links for this antenna and the counterpoints. I started with wire cutters, wire strippers here, and these spade connectors, which you're going to need. You're going to need both the male and the female ones. First thing I did was make these clips here. These things will go, this will actually clip onto the whip, and these are about 4 inches long. Next thing I did was this length here for the counterpoise, which is easy. It's 30 inches long. It'll be clipping into the bottom of this 56-to-1 transformer here. Obviously, I've already got this installed, so it's 6 inches there, and then 30 more inches here. I did the wires for 10 meters. There's a pair of them. These are 7 foot 5 inches long each. There's 2 of them, so there's basically a bottom one and a top one. I did the links here for 12 meters. These are a foot long, so these will go on the end of the 10 meter ones if I want to get on 12. And then I did the 15 meter links, which are 18 inches long. So if I want to get on 15, I will have these, the 10 meter ones, the 12, and then the 15. And at the very end, these, this is clips onto the whip, basically the other end of it. Greg has this, as nylon cord. I don't have any nylon cord, so I have some string. It should work just fine. And so it took me about an hour all told. I'm not going to put 17 and 20 meters together just quite yet. But I wanted to just get the 3 high bands done. I wanted to make sure to have time to label everything. So know kind of what in the world all of these wires are. Hey guys, Jason, Charlie Echo 3, stroke in 5 in you. I'm out at the park today, and it is time to experiment with this new POTA Marauder. Okay, so I've got the POTA Challenger here set up already. It's an off-center fed dipole. Got my little operating position here. It's not normally where I operate. I normally bring a table, and I forgot it, so I'm over here. And then here I am in the beginning stages of setting up the POTA Marauder. I'll show you real quick kind of how I'm doing it. I've got my line choke down here, which goes into the 56-to-1 transformer. I do not yet have the counterpoise hooked up. I do have, obviously, the mirror mount here, and this is what Greg says should be nylon. I did a piece of string instead, just because I don't have any nylon. And here's the bottom of the 10-meter Moxon. Here's the other tripod. I believe in the instruction it has a PVC grade pipe. I have a tripod. One thing I will note is that on these Maxtrum type tripods, this here does not fit the Chameleon whip. It's an M10, which is what the Chinese whips use. I would not recommend using one of the Chinese whips with this antenna because of the tension that you're going to end up putting on it. So just file that away. If I'm putting any tension on these whips, I try to use the stuff that's American made. Okay, so here we are. I got the counterpoise down. This is the driven element of this antenna. The non-conductive part is here at the bottom. This is the reflector, which clips in straight to the whip here. I've already broken a connector off, so you know it's a real POTA operation. I did not solder these before I came out. Just honestly, I've got 2 kids at home and I'm short on time. I did bring extra connectors and a crimping tool to, I figured something like that might happen. And here is the non-conductive part up here at the top, ready to connect over to this other piece. Okay, so you know it's an extra good POTA operation when you've got 2 of these connectors that have come loose. So yeah, take the time to solder them. Don't do what I did. At least I've got my crimping tool out here and extra connectors if I need it. Okay, so time for me to raise the whips up here. Of course, I forgot the tape measure too. Yeah, one of them days. Fortunately, Greg's instructions has what you need to do on this driven element. You need to raise it 2 sections and 13 inches. And on the reflector here, 3 sections and 3 inches. I feel like I got a pretty good grasp of what I need to do here. All right, that's what I got. Doesn't quite look right, to be honest. I think it's because of this whip leaning to the left a little bit, and then this one leaning a little bit to the right. It's just to talk up the topography and these ratty tripods. I'm sure if you had nice, level ground with everything just right, it'd look better. I managed to break another connector, by the way, but I did fix all of them, thankfully. So, yeah, unfortunately, use the connectors that you got, and I can't get the really the proper size ones that I need here in Chile. Well, VE7UF, British Columbia. S7 to S9. It's a long ways from here. Challenger. Challenger. Okay, so I just worked 27 stations on 10 meter CW here with the POTA Marauder on 10 meters. And I was comparing it back and forth with the Challenger that you see in the background. What I found on most of the stations, in the US from here is about 5,000 miles. I found on most of the stations that the signals were equal, or perhaps the POTA Marauder was 1 S unit better, occasionally 2. Maybe there was just a little bit better on the POTA Marauder, which makes sense, it being a little bit of a higher angle antenna. So I'm going to go over here and take a little bit of time and switch over to 12 meters, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Okay, here we are on 12 meters. It's a little wonky just because of the topography and like these ratty tripods, as I mentioned. I'll show you what I did. I've got the, well, I'll just start from over here. This is the reflector. Here is the little, I guess a little jumper. This right here is the 10 meter, and then this is connected here to the 12. I just have it tied off here, and then this connects here to the driven element. Up there it goes. You've got, see the little jumper that's connected to the top of the whip all the way over, and then you've got the it's tied off to that length of string, and so it's exactly the same thing. Didn't take any time at all to get changed over, and we'll see how it plays on 12. The Challenger. Mike, AL7KC. The Challenger. Okay guys, it's just after 00 Zulu here. I just finished up my activation. I've got to get all this stuff torn down into the car while there's still daylight. I forgot my headlamp. I forgot all this stuff. You guys, there's a huge list of stuff I forgot. Overall thoughts on this, on 12 meters, about the same. Signal reports were equal, sometimes 1 S unit or so better on the on this Marauder here than it is on the Challenger. Signals were never worse on the Marauder, on this thing. The Challenger never beat it. There was a lot of signals where it was the same, but it never beat it. That said, most of the stations I worked, facing the U.S. this direction, 5,000 miles away plus. I worked Mike Alpha Lima 7 Kilo Charlie. He's just under 8,000 miles away. Kilo Lima 5 Papa Fox called me. I worked 2 or 3 JAs out this direction. Those guys are, coming up 10, 11,000 miles as the crow flies. It's a long ways. So, yeah, it certainly works. I would be very interested to see this antenna in the U.S., see how it performed. I would be I'm sure it's probably works like gangbusters in the U.S. That said, yeah, certainly worth your time to build and to test with. Take your time building it, and please learn from me. Solder all your stuff. Don't go out there and crimp it like I did. If you can get the flat ground, that's even better. You'll have better time with this antenna. I've ran a number of 2-element different variations out here. 2-element parasitic array, the Dominator, the 2-element vertical beam. This was right in line with those other 2-element antennas. This was, I didn't think it was any better than they were. I didn't think it was any worse. It was right in line. It's right as the specs on the paper say it should be, if that makes any sense. It did not perform any miracles. It did not walk on water or anything like that, but it did not disappoint. And so, yeah, certainly I think take your time, go out there and experiment with this antenna. It's worth your effort to go out there and experiment, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay guys, so I'm back in the car. You can tell it's basically pitch black outside now. It is 0020 Zulu here. I'll give you some thoughts on the on this POTA Marauder real quick. A couple of thoughts besides the obvious, you know, solder everything, put this thing on flat ground if you can. If you can, I would pre-mark your whips, you know, the magic marker or something like that. It's gonna make changing bands for you a little bit quicker, and you're gonna be a little bit more like sure of yourself, if that makes any sense. There won't be as much doubt in your mind. The instructions that Greg gives are spot on. One thing I do want to point out is that I believe that on the antenna modeling, it shows the gain on this antenna is peaked 31 degrees off of the horizon, essentially the angle of your signal coming out. It makes this a superb antenna from going you know, coast to coast or something like that. From here, it's a little different because I need something with lower angle of radiation. So the 2-element vertical beam, the Dominator Plus, I believe he calls it, is a better antenna it's better suited for what I do and where I am in the world, if that makes any sense, because it has its lower angle. That said, the antenna performs as it should. Great experience with it, not too hard to put up, not too hard to take down, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. One of the things I really do like about this antenna is that it has 20 meters on it, and I'm sure with probably some modeling you could get 30 meters on this with the 25-foot whips that Chameleon makes without any issue. And yeah, 3 dB on 20 meters is substantial. It's tougher. 3 dB on 20 is a lot harder to attain than 3 dB on 10, just because of the size of the antenna. And so if you can get something like that, you know, on an antenna like this, absolutely, yeah, go for it. So yeah, thank you, Greg, for the design. Thanks for giving to the ham radio community. My pleasure to be able to test it, put it on the air today. 52 stations worked all over the US, Japan, Alaska, etc. See you guys from the park 73.